Greetings and heretics, and welcome to In the Abyss. And me on my Todd this week. I think it's the first time in fucking ages I've done one of these on my own. But I have got company because otherwise it'd be really fucking boring. Mr.
It'd be
Jason
fucking
Peppiat from
weird.
Psycroptic, all the way
Hey,
from fucking Tasmania, which is
yeah,
mental.
fucking. we're we're the penal colony scraps from you guys from a couple of hundred years back. Well, literally, it was a prison island to start with.
Oh fucking hell! Well,
Yeah,
that's it.
that's how my mob got here.
How are you, sir? You doing all right?
Yeah, good, really good.
No, it's
Friday night, so getting a little bit oiled up.
yeah, it's
Can't
night
com
time for you, so it's 9 o'clock in the fucking morning for me.
Yeah, it's like six o'clock on a Saturday night for me. So
Yeah, you're right. So I'm on the water this morning, but mate, and you are you've now beaten Mirai from Sai as our furthest distance guest as well.
oh, sweet.
So congratulations.
Yeah.
Um, but look, we've got you on to talk about the new album, obviously, The Pulse of Annihilation, which is out on July the 17th. So we may go straight into that and tell us a little bit about it, really, and what it's all about and what's changed since the last record and all that kind of shit.
Well, it's a bit of a continuation from the last album, really. Um, I think we sort of got cracking on this one. Fuck, it was only maybe a year after Divine Council was
Yeah,
released. So Joe got into it, but we've sort of built it up over a while. Like I had a few health issues. There was a lot of touring going on and stuff. So it kind of yeah, it took fucking ages to get done, but and we were sort of milling over the songs for a long time. So yeah, we probably spent a bit longer than we normally would on the album, but yeah, we're fucking stoked with how it's come out. It's very much it's sort of like yeah, going down the line from where we were with Divine Council, big choruses, lots of grooves, lots of Joe Haley, our guitar player,
ah,
showing what he's got
it's
every now and
just.
again, but in a very tasty way.
It's fucking ridiculous. I mean, I saw you at Alcatraz last year in Belgium, and me and my mate Nigel, who's a keen guitar player, he was absolutely fucking blown away by him. We didn't realize you were a single guitar band at the time either. It was like, how the fuck does this guy carry this shit on his own? It's mental.
Yeah. Uh, he's he's an amazing player, but he's an amazing composer as well and
Yeah,
writer.
yeah,
Like he knows when to go and when to hold back. So,
yeah,
and that's what I've always loved about it. I mean, back in the early days, we were real sort of, young, full of testosterone and out to prove ourselves, going flat out, tech, all the rest of it. But as we've got older and we've sort of honed the craft of songwriting, it's like Joe's really got shit dialed in, when do you just do a simple riff and then when do you know, pull it all out and show what you can do and stuff. So it
yeah.
gives a good contrast and it makes I know I feel it makes his songwriting sort of more catchy and it's not you wouldn't just call us just a straight down the line tech death band anymore, like what a lot of people do. But
Nah,
I
nah.
think I think we're more sitting like at the realm of thrash more than anything these days. And
You
we
got
I
too
think
much groove for that. A lot of tech death is
yeah.
just it's great. It's fucking technically proficient. It's brilliant, but you lose the songs and
Mm.
I get bored then if there's no fucking hook.
Yeah,
You know?
that's been like such a huge thing since, you know, fuck when we did the Inherited Repression, which was like, fuck, that's probably like 16 years old now.
Yeah.
Like when we did that, that was a like one of those conscious things where we're touring a lot and we're like, fuck, we've got to really get this songwriting down. We've got to make it catchy. We've got to, have a bit more of a verse, chorus, verse type thing so that people can have it in their head so that when they're watching us live, they're not just going looking at us like, fuck these guys can play, but I can't remember a single fucking thing, you know what I mean? So I think when we started, going down that line, it just opened so many doors for us as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Divine Council was the sort of stepping on point for me. I hadn't actually heard of you before hearing that record. And like I said, Alcatraz last year, you were the set of the weekend between you and Emperor. It was just we were fucking absolutely blown away by it. It
Mm.
was the perfect time of the day. He just fucking destroyed it. There was a massive crowd as well, wasn't there? So You know,
Yeah, I was
good time.
surprised at that one. Like some of the big festivals when you're on early, it's like fuck, this could go either way,
Yeah,
and it often does. It's like you're either going to clash and you're going to have someone real sick playing at the same time of you, and you're going to have no one, or there's going to be no clashes. Everyone's going to be there.
yeah,
Everyone's starting to drink and getting fired up, and you get a good crowd. And we hit the jackpot with that one because it just like everything just gelled. Crowd was fucking awesome. I nearly slipped over a couple of times on the stage, which was funny because there was like a film of dust on the stage.
oh yeah, it was fucking,
And
yeah, it was too hot.
I'm stomping around the stage, and at one point I full on like slipped, and I'm like, thought, fuck, I'm about to go on pass here on stage, but I managed to save it. And one of my mates, Dan, the drummer from Near Blue Mascaras, he was on the side watching us, and he had the biggest grin on his face. I'm like, fucking hell, it could have been embarrassing.
That was a dust fest that whole weekend. It was
Yeah,
so fucking hot. And
like the pit started, you just see in that
yeah,
big if the dust starts rising.
it's fucking horrible. I got feasted on by mosquitoes as well, all over my fucking bald head, and it was just like
Yeah.
fucking horrible, fucking horrible. But anyway,
Yeah.
um, so it's out on the 17th of July. There's vinyl and everything out as well, isn't there?
Yeah. Yeah.
As there should be. What's the sort of plan after that? What are you doing with it? You going straight out on tour?
Yeah. So we're hitting the road. We're going out in Australia in August. I think that tour starts, I think the 7th of August. And then we do a bunch of shows in Tasmania. Then we go around mainland Australia for I think a week or 2 weeks or something. And then we go straight from there to Japan. And we've got 3 or 4 shows in Japan, which that's going to be cool because we haven't been there for like, I'm going to say about 6 or 7 years.
Fucking hell.
So that's going to be cool. And then there's fucking, I saw what you did there.
Not teenage kids, it's fucking
Yeah.
2000.
Fucking hell.
Apologies.
Yeah. And then yeah, after that we've got the booking agents, they're on the case. We're trying to get back out to Europe at some point soon, either late this year, early next year, and same with the US as well. So
Yeah.
sort of, yeah, plan is to hit all the major markets, but it's just kind of putting the feelers out, do we go out headlining overseas
Mm.
or do we go get on bigger tours, go direct support and all the rest. So we leave that in the very capable hands of all the booking agents, and then they sort of get back to us and tell us what's going
Do
on.
their
And
fucking job and earn their money, innit?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, the agents we've got are great though. They're guys we've been working with for years,
Yeah.
so we've always got a lot of trust in them. They always do well for us. So yeah, so that's the plan, and then see what happens from there. I think there's actually talk of us slowly starting to get writing again, so that
Right.
hopefully there's not as long a gap with the follow up this time round. So, but who knows? If things start going well with the touring and stuff, as what often happens is we have all these plans to start writing soon after the release, and then there's tour after tour after tour after tour, and before you know it, we don't have any fucking time for writing for the first 18 months after the release. But yeah, we'll see what happens. We're all pretty keen to get back into the writing when we can anyway. So
How hard is it for you, the touring aspect? Because obviously Europe and the States are going to be big markets for any
mm,
metal band. What's it like for you? Because you've obviously got so fucking far to travel to make it financially worthwhile and all that. It
yeah,
must be
it's
fucking hard.
well, yeah, it's not the easiest. We've always done really well in Australia, which has sort of been good for us, so that we can tour in Australia, we can make a decent bit of profit here,
Yeah.
which means if we take a bit of a loss in Europe or whatever, it's not the end of the world these days.
Right. Okay.
So, and I mean, like, yeah, touring Europe's financially, it's pretty fucking difficult these days with all,
Mm.
bus hire and crew hire and everything's gone through the roof. But, we love doing it. The shows are always great. Culture around Europe's always good, so we just do it. US is really good for us. US is a good market. We always do well out there. So, Yeah, I mean it can be difficult because it is such a fucking big outlay for
Yeah,
us, by the
yeah,
time we get our visas and that fucking, 24, 28 hour flight or whatever, it's fucking expensive. But
lose
yeah,
an
we
entire day
make
of
it.
your life.
Yeah, exactly, and but we make it work, and I mean we've been doing it now. I think we've got our tour poster from our first European tour in front of me, actually. That was in 2004. So
Fucking
we've
hell.
been we've been sort of we've been back and forth from Europe for what fuck, that's 22 years now. So yeah, we've kind of got it down to a bit of an art.
I mean, obviously being on Metal Blade, I suppose you've got you're in the right type of label on but you've been around a bit because you were Nuclear Blast for a little bit, wasn't you? You were Prosthetic for a bit as well. Now
Yeah.
obviously Metal Blade. I mean, that's three fucking pretty
Well, we've actually
legendary
been
labels.
been more than that. We were with Unique Leader back in the really early days,
There you go.
and then another label that was an offshoot of Unique Leader called Neurotic Records. They were a
Oh yeah, I
Dutch
know them,
label.
yeah.
Yeah, so we were with them for an album as well. So yeah, we've been around the block. Prosthetic, we were with them for fuck, I'm going to say about 12 years.
Yeah.
So that was really good. I think they ended up getting sold like what a lot of labels are nowadays. Not 100%. I think there was something like that, or change of management or whatever. And we were just out of contract. And, I think we sort of had a lot of the bigger labels starting to sniff around again. So we kind of just thought maybe it's time to dip the toes back in with the big boys again and, see what happens. We're sort of, I wouldn't say we're getting to the end of our career, but, we're most likely over halfway. So we're kind of like wanting, we're not young men anymore.
I think that's
Yeah.
changed though, because the big festivals are certainly around Europe. All your big boys are still there. Your Guns N' Roses, Metallicas, all that.
Mm.
They're still there. I mean, I don't think they've got long left, but
Yeah.
I think if you had said to Metallica, for example, in the mid '80s, you'll still be headlining to 100,000 people in 2026, they'd have thought you were stupid. So
Yeah.
I think everything's changed now. You can just keep going and going and going. If people want to turn
Yeah.
up, they will.
And it's such a weird thing because I remember like when I was in my early 20s and looking at, when I'm in my 40s and being like, "Hey, I don't think I'll be doing this when I'm in my 40s, and here I am 44 years old.
There you
I've
go.
got two grown-up kids and I'm like, fuck, I don't have as much responsibility now.
Well, this is now's the best time to be doing it.
Yeah.
Hence
So
why I'm
it's,
looking
yeah.
to buy a boat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I'm the
well,
same age. I know exactly what you mean.
oh man, it's funny. I just built a bar. So I bought a new house only like 6 months ago, and there's like a rumpus lounge room thing downstairs. So my daughter's 18th is in a month. So I built
Oh
this
no.
fancy, I built this fancy big bar and all sorts of shit for that. I thought, fuck me.
Yeah, mate, you've got to enjoy later life. The kids they suck the life out of you for sort of 15 to 20 years. So
Yeah.
once that's done, you've got to enjoy it. You got
And
to.
it's such a weird point in your life though, because you kind of like you go from always having shit to do, having young kids and that. And then you get to this age and they're growing up and you're kind of like, fuck, I've got all this free time. Like, the fuck do I do with
Go on
myself?
tour.
Yeah, well, that seems to be what's going on a bit at the moment.
Yeah, it's you were in the UK last year, weren't you? When you were over here doing the festivals and that. How are those dates? What's your sort of pull like in the UK? 'Cause that's
Yeah,
what matters to
UK is
me.
good. Yeah, well, where did we play? Fuck,
You did the
I've got.
Dome in London, didn't you? Which
Hang
it's
on, I've got the passes here.
there you go.
What we got? I'm sure it's on here. So we did Exchange in Bristol.
Great venue. Love that place.
That was that's the little like youth center type
Yeah,
thing, wasn't it?
yeah.
That show was really fucking cool. That was just rammed. Manchester, we played Rebellion. That was also really cool.
I don't go that far north to get a nosebleed.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we played it was I think it says here the Dome, but I think is it downstairs at the
Downstairs at the
Dome?
Dome, yeah.
Yeah, that's where we played. That show wasn't from memory. I think that venue's only really small. So I think that was only like 60 people or 70 people. So I
Oh,
think that
really?
was one of the smaller ones.
I think you were around about the same time as Bloodstock though when you were here. So that,
Yeah, I think there was, I mean, when you're doing your side shows on that on festival season, it's hit and miss.
yeah,
Like it depends where you are. If you're somewhere near where there's a festival, or like somewhere like London where everybody that's out doing festivals is doing side shows, so you've always got a lot of competition. So, but
yeah,
on
but
that
it's got
run, we did about four German dates with Dying Fetus, and they were like fucking 600 to 1,000 people a night. Then we
yeah.
did a bunch of shows with Suffocation, and that was the same sort of thing. So yeah, so there was some fucking cool shows on that run.
And that's what matters, isn't it? Like I said, the festival thing, when people spend a lot of money going to festivals these days, especially in the UK, it's so fucking expensive. So having to pick and choose, maybe doing other shows, it's hard for people to make that call.
Oh fuck yeah. It's the same everywhere, like with all the cost of living stuff, if you see you're going through a region where there's been, a bunch of similar sort of bands, or, bands
Yeah,
sort of along the same lines going through, for a few weeks, everybody feels it.
yeah,
People just don't have the money to be going to two or three shows a week
yeah.
anymore. So
It's fucking hard,
so it can be
but
hard, but
we
we'll
still we
keep
still find a way.
exactly.
Way or another. I just won't eat for 3 days. It's fine.
Yeah, well, see, where I live in Tasmania, we don't get fuck all shows come down here. So,
Well, I was going to ask you about that because, like, doing a little bit of research, like Hobart especially seems to be quite a strong underground scene there, though. So what is it like down there?
yeah, I mean, it's cool that the scene's always been really small down here, but, it's really sort of tight knit. Like,
Yeah,
you know, all the old boys, we all know each other. We've all played in bands with each other
yeah,
over the years, or, helped each other out and stuff. So it's a cool scene. Everyone gets along, everyone has fun, but it is small, and we don't get a lot of stuff coming through. Like, well, when you get some bigger ones, like we played, I don't know, it was only 2, 3 weeks ago. We played with Fear Factory down here. Actually, we did the support for them. That was about 1,000 people, but that was kind of a fucking anomaly. Like,
yeah,
because I think they've sort of got that crossover crowd where it's not just metal. They've got
yeah.
just your '90s kids in general. And then we did a show, a black metal band I play with. I think it was last year. We supported Cavalera
Nice.
when they were doing Morbid Vision Bestial Devastation tour, and I think there was about 500 or 600 there. So some of the bigger shows you can get pretty decent, but it's got to be a really strong lineup now, because I think it's very much an aging scene here. Like
Yeah,
I'm probably one of the young guys, and I'm 44, so. So, it's got to be something old and classic. Like we came through here with Obituary a couple of years ago, and it was, yeah, Psycroptic and Obituary, and I think we sold that out at like 400 or 500. So those sort of bands will do well, but then like underground shows and stuff like that, they're usually about 40 or 50 people. But everyone likes to get fucking oiled up down
yeah,
here, which is
exactly.
it makes it fun. It's always a party. So
It keeps venues open, doesn't it? People are spending money over a bar. It just keeps things ticking over, doesn't it? It's just,
yeah, fuck yeah.
it's what we need to do. In the UK at the minute, like grassroots venues are closing down every fucking week. It's horrible.
Mm.
Horrible. Venues that on the outside look like they're really successful because they're filling up every night. They've got shows on all the time, but they're all just falling by the wayside. And it's there's no help from the government. Everyone's just getting fucked. It sucks.
Yeah, it's a fucking shit show at the moment with
Yeah,
it all. And I
yeah.
mean, like I think Live Nation's buying up even all the small venues now
Fuck
as
them.
well. Yeah, I did notice that.
I'm
So yeah,
absolute
and it
cunts.
just makes it hard.
Yeah, it does. It does. But look, that's all negative. So off the back of that, then, when you guys first started, what was your break? What got you out of Tasmania and getting out and touring around the world then? There must have been a moment where you just, I don't know, made a
Well,
decision or there was an opportunity.
because I wasn't in the band originally. I
No.
mean, I've been around for a long fucking time, but I mean, I've sort of been mates with the band since they started, and but they got an opportunity to go to Europe with Dismember,
Right, okay.
and they wanted to do it. Original vocalist couldn't do it, and so they took me instead. And that was kind of where it all really got started. I think when we were over there, because I mean, I was just originally booked for that tour. It was like 6 weeks in Europe with
Yeah,
Dismember and Arta, and I think sort of when we were doing that, I think there was a lot of realization that just because we're from Hobart, Tasmania, doesn't mean that we can't do this. Everybody else out there, Norway used to be an obscure place to be, or
yeah.
whatever. I don't know. I think we just sort of saw that we could build something from it, and we got a bit of drive and a bit of belief, and then we got back from that tour, and they ended up taking me on as a member, and yeah, we just all wanted to go for it, and so after getting that tour, we realized that we ended up with a few contacts, and Dave, our drummer, is a really good networker, so he was just hounding people like,
Yeah.
we've got to do this. It was all of our dream. We were all passionate about it, and we were kind of we'd had a taste for it, and we were kind of like, yeah, we can't stop here now, So,
But do you think it
and
would
then
be the
I mean,
same if you were in? Do you think it'd be the same if you were in that position now? If you were just starting out now, would you be able to do that?
fuck, I don't know, probably not.
No.
I think it'd be a lot harder because you don't have when you're in your early 20s. I think I would have been fucking 21 or 22 when all that was going on. And you've just got that whole attitude of fuck it, I'll put it all on the line. What's the
Yeah.
worst that can happen? I go fucking bankrupt. I'm only fucking 22 years old. I've got plenty of time to start again. Now I got a mortgage, a wife, and two kids. I'm like, oh, if I fuck this, I'm in a fucking world of trouble. So,
How do you
but
balance
yeah,
it then? Because obviously, when you tour, you're away for a long fucking time. How do you balance that with real life?
yeah, it's fucking hard.
Yeah.
So there has been like fair few tours over the years where I just haven't been able to do it. Like when my
Yeah.
kids were younger, and like I remember when we did the As the Kingdom Drowns album,
Mm.
like the touring cycle for that was fucking brutal. Same when we did Observant as well. Our first album we did with Nuclear Blast, and like we were just jumping from, like, we'd do a US tour, we'd come home for 10 days and we were back to Europe for another fucking 5 weeks, and then stopping in Japan on the way home, and then home for a week, out in Australia for a week. It took its toll, that's for sure. Like
Yeah.
it was fucking hard, but I'm glad now that I did it, because those big pushes that we've had over the years are kind of like what set you up as a
Yeah.
band. But man, yeah, it can be fucking hard being away from, young kids,
Mm.
and that for that sort of period of time. You've got to have a very understanding wife, and, and all the rest, which I'm lucky that I do. But there's been times over the years where it's, good opportunities have come up, and I've just had to say, look, I can't fucking do this. But
Yeah.
I've said to the guys, like, if you guys want to do it, just fucking go. We'll find session members and stuff like that, and we've made it work. And like Dave, our drummer, he's got I think his son's two now, so he was a late bloomer with the family, and
Yeah.
yeah. But so he's in the position now where he's sort of, some of the international tours, he's like only doing half of them and coming home, and
Yeah.
we're getting like Gabe Sieber or, someone like that to fill in for half the tour. So I think with the band as well, because we are such good mates, there's no bullshit there where, if one of us can't do a tour, where the other guys are going to be like, nah, well, fuck you. You can, if you're not committed, fuck off, and we'll get
Yeah.
someone else. There's none of that shit. It's like, oh, it's cool. We'll just do what we've got to, you know, not have to have lineup changes, because we all get along great. We all write well together. There's no fighting, bitching, and moaning on tour. So it's kind of like, well, if someone's got to sit one out, so be it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's a
And
cool
there's
thing to
like,
have.
there's no shit with it. Like the guy that was filling in for me was Jace Kaiser from
Yeah.
Origin. And so now we've actually got him singing on the albums with me as
Yeah.
well,
I
because
noticed that.
he
I
was
noticed that.
he was doing a bunch of touring with us, and we were doing, it was the Watcher of All EP. And, Dave said to me, what do you reckon about getting Kaiser to just do backing vocals on a song? And I was like, why don't we just get fucking do a dual vocal attack for the whole EP? Let's see how it works. And we tried it. And then after that, we were kind of like, why don't we just fucking do this from now on?
Yeah.
Like, and it's good fun. And because a lot of people are like, why the fuck would you do that? You're not going to do dual vocals live. Why do it on the album? So like, because it's our band. We'll
Do
do
what
what
you
the fuck
fucking
we
want.
want. Yeah. We don't care if it makes sense to you guys. It makes sense to us, like, so we're like, fuck it, whatever works, whatever keeps it fun and keeps it stress free. Because, it's not our job. So the last thing we want it to do is make things hard for our home
Yeah.
life and family life and all that. And it's like, it's a fucking hobby. So the minute it's not fun, there's no point doing it anymore. So we're just always looking at, how can we make this easier for ourselves? What do we have to do to make it work so that we don't have to give it up, Because we want to keep kicking till we can't anymore, really.
Oh, fucking fair play. I think that's the right way to look at it. You just
Mm.
got to make it work. And
Yeah,
at the end of the
and
day.
the thing is, you just can't have an ego about it,
No,
like
no.
because I've had weird messages like when I've sat tours out, I'll have fans like messaging me on Instagram going, "Oh, it was pretty cool, but." Guys, it was shit compared to you or something. It's like I don't fucking want to hear that. It's not a me versus him thing. Like
That's metal fans, though, isn't it? They
I
just
know it's like I fucking
so
chose
fucking
him because
precious.
because I want to hear you going. He was fucking sick. It was awesome, because I want to see my boys doing well, But
Well, I
yeah,
mean, on that, I mean, musically, you well, not just musically, but sort of art wise. So you got your art, and obviously you do Domination Campaign as well. And you mentioned earlier on you got Permafog as well. You're
yeah,
you're busy motherfucker when it comes to this kind of thing. Like,
yeah. We all are.
fuck. But it's your art I want to touch on a little bit because it's,
Yeah.
it's it's dark as fuck. So what's your inspiration with all that, or what made you start
I
painting?
just Well, I haven't actually done any for a long time now, to be honest. But when I mainly got into that, so I owned a screen printing business for a few years,
Right.
and so I'd sort of learned to do Photoshop and like
Mm.
basic graphic design and stuff. But when I sold the screen printing business, I kind of had the computer and I had the tablet and all that shit, and I knew how to use Photoshop, and I was kind of like, I wonder how I'd go doing t-shirt designs and. I just was just sort of tinkering around with like basic graphic design and stuff, and then it just kind of took a life of its own. Like for ages, I was fucking terrible at it until I sort of, I just sort of kept at it because I was enjoying it. I wasn't showing anyone what I was doing, and then sort of one day it was like I found my style, which was really dirty and dark
Yeah.
and nasty shit, and then yeah, I really got into it for it was probably about 4 or 5 years. I was pretty hard at it. I was doing a lot of covers for bands and stuff like that, a lot of shirt designs, and then I don't know, I kind of just I lost inspiration at one point and then just sort of never got back to it.
Yeah.
But it was kind of a weird thing. It was kind of around the time that I started doing the domination campaign stuff.
Yeah.
Like I was doing the artwork for that, but I really sort of found the love for writing guitar and playing guitar, writing actual music for songs, not just doing
Yeah.
vocals. And I think when I started doing that, then I went all in back again, playing guitar and all that sort of stuff. And then I guess there just wasn't creative space for doing the actual visual art stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense.
But it's cool though, because every time I have, new projects and stuff, I've got such a back catalogue of artwork. I'm like, fuck yeah, we can probably find some t-shirt designs or some cover art in amongst this. We don't have to pay for that shit.
But permafog, so you blackmail, does that just give you an opportunity to go full fucking pantomime and just have a fucking
Yeah.
a laugh with it, you know?
Yeah, well that's so with Permafog, that kind of started out just as a fuck around. I was on drums originally, and a couple of my mates from back from Hobart because with Psycroptic, we're sort of all spread out all over the place now, so
Yeah.
we don't get to rehearse and hang out and stuff, and all that fun stuff of when you first sort of start playing in a band anymore. And so a bunch of other guys that I'd grown up with, we'd always been talking about, this fucking, we're going to start a ridiculous black metal band. And then one day, one of the guys was like, "Well, I've written our first song. We've actually got to fucking do this now." And so it started as just a bit of a fuck around. We'd just get on the gas and fucking and jam. And I was fucking terrible on drums, which probably works for black metal, but.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another mate of ours he was a really good drummer, and I mean I played guitar for years, so we kind of like switched it up, and it took so long to actually, get off the ground with that. But I think when we actually had a full set of songs written, we started playing a couple of shows, and we're kind of like, "Oh, this is kind of pretty fun." And then yeah, we had a full lineup, and then we were like, fuck it, let's go all in. Let's get the corpse paint and the spikes and the skulls, and let's just do this shit so it's ridiculous, and just so over the
Exactly the way
top.
black metal should be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm a big black metal fan. So yeah, so we were just kind of like, fuck it, let's just go all in with it. And so basically, Psycroptic kind of goes in cycles a bit,
Yeah.
we'll do an album and then there'll be a shitload of touring. So Permafogs, they usually keep like jamming and fucking around still when I'm away, but then when everything sort of cools down with Psycroptic, then we sort of get right into, writing and doing gigs and stuff with Permafog. So yeah, so it's good fun. And it's just a good opportunity to get together with my mates, have
Yeah.
some beers, play
Yeah.
some fucking
Put some
ridiculously
makeup on.
blasphemous music. Yeah.
When
No,
when black when black metal hits the spot, we say this all the time. So much of black metal is shit. I love black metal, but so much of it is shit. But when it hits
yeah.
the spot, black metal, it's so much fucking fun. It's just
Oh,
it's
I'm
brilliant.
all about it. I've got a fucking massive, ridiculous record collection.
There you go.
But yeah,
Yeah, I
I,
agree. It's
I
fucking
spend a
mad.
fucking fortune on it.
Don't tell the wife.
Yeah.
Been there enough time. Right. So before I let you go, then we'll just touch back on the album. Obviously, like I said, it's out on the 17th of July. There's one single out at the minute, isn't there?
Yep. And then when's this going to be aired?
Oh, sometime around that early July, probably a couple of weeks before the album.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, next week there'll be another single out
Oh, so there'll be two
on.
out by the time you're seeing this.
Yep. Yeah. So there'll be two out, and then yeah, there's a bunch of videos shot for it as well, which yeah, pretty stoked with them. The next one's yeah, it's pretty big budget looking sort of shit, so that should be cool.
Look, from me, it's another fucking banger. In the middle of it, Our Pillars Fall and Annihilation Pulse, that sort of double salvo in the middle just kicked my fucking ass. It's like
Yeah.
Our Pillars Fall starts off quite low key, and then it
Yep.
kicks in and then goes straight into the brutal Annihilation Pulse. It's just like, yeah, this is it. This is what we love, mate. It's a great
It,
album.
it was funny with like Annihilation Pulse because that was the last song that was written for the album. Like so we ended up sacrificing one of the songs for the album, which was Architects of Extinction last year, sort of like leading up to all the touring we were doing. So we
Yeah,
had to like sort of put something out. So we just put that out as a standalone single, and then we realized, fuck, we've got to have one more song for it. And I know what Joe's like, and it's always like when he's got to put a song together last minute to finish the album, it's always just a fucking banging thrash song. And so I hadn't heard what he was working on, but I'm having to like write the lyrics for it and sort of, start getting all the vocals together. And I'm like, Joe's gonna write a thrash song. There's no doubt it's gonna be a banging fucking thrash song. So I'm like, I've always wanted to do like a nuclear war thrash song.
yeah,
It's stereotypical.
yeah. But that's what
And I'm
metal is.
like, I thought this is going to be my moment. And so I wrote all the lyrics for the song, and I thought, fuck, I hope Joe doesn't go left of field and like do something totally different for a change. And then he sends it to me, and I'm like, "Fuck, dude, you did exactly what I was hoping you would do." So I've got the perfect song for it, and yeah, it came up so good that we ended up basically using the song title
Yeah, in fact, yeah,
as the album
yeah,
title.
yeah.
We'll play on it anyway. So
The whole album is an absolute fucking belt. I'll be glad when got on vinyl actually listen to it properly. It's never the same with a digital promo. It's
I
just
know, yeah,
it's like a
I'm
tease, isn't it?
yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah.
like you listen to it at work, and you're like, "Fuck, this is good enough for me to drop the investment on the vinyl."
Doesn't take much these days, to be fair, but
Nah, it's the joy of middle age, isn't it?
yeah, exactly. What else am I going to spend my money on? You know.
A boat.
Right. Look, like I said, it's out on the 17th of July. You can pre-order it now. It's on Metal Blade. There's various places you can get it. I think in the UK, I think it's through I Saw Merch, I think, but no doubt if you just go straight to Metal Blade, you find it from there. So get
Yep.
involved. Jace, thank you so much for doing this.
Ah, pleasure.
And you can have your Saturday evening back now and go and sink a few more.
That's the plan.
I'm going to go look at some boats. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you again in a few days. Cheers. Stay metal.
Wait. Cheers.